Hands in the air. Hi, friends. Good grief. I'm in this one. I sent you all somewhere else. I can't. It's like the simplest thing, but it's not. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm 62 and new technology is like makes my head hurt. Okay, so I've got it now. Got it now, and I'm going to write it down. Okay, you just go to video pre-scheduled, click on the little live button. Wow. You would think I'd been having a really difficult week or something, or I'd been out, partying on Halloween last night and didn't get enough sleep, but no, I mean, I was home last night drinking sparkling water and watching Vintage Uprising, Tammy, Vintage Conversation, Margot, and oh, good Lord, someone else making Halloween hats in bed. So I was asleep by 9:30. How's everyone doing today? I am just, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry. But here I am. Here I am. So I see that Kathy is here. Kathy, I love it when you're here. One of the things that I have been contemplating is, how in other live sales for the last 2.5 years, I engage a lot. I'm active. I make jokes. I laugh. I really enjoy myself. But then on my lives, even though I think I'm a little entertaining, it's not as entertaining. So I was thinking, well, why is that? And I was thinking, well, one, I don't have a sidekick. That would be awesome if I had a sidekick. And two, I don't often have enough people in the chat, or they're not speaking with me directly. So, Kathy, you are someone that engages and laughs and learns and tells me when you think I'm wrong, or gives me new information, talks to me about your day. And so that's exactly what I want. I want y'all to engage with me because I feel like that just makes everything more interesting for you and for me, right? For me, because this is also my time and I want to enjoy it. So thank you for being here, Kathy. Let's see. Karen chasing vintage. Hey girl, hey, did you have a nice Halloween? I was just saying, and I think you heard, I hung out and watched Vintage Uprising and her friends craft some really cool and funny Halloween hats while drinking sparkling water with my faithful furry buddy, Tug the dog, and his best friend, Maggie the chunky calico cat. 3, yeah. Karen, living in the city, the minute that the hard push about being afraid during Halloween came around sometime in the late 80s, really pushed into the 90s, kids just stopped coming. So I stopped buying candy and I turned the porch lights off because no one came. And I wasn't going to eat all that stuff for the rest of the month. And I think it's really sad. We used to run free with a pillowcase. I used to fill that up, bring it home, get another one, and go out again. And I mean, I started doing that at 7 years old. No parents, just a big old gang of kids. Now, granted, it was a smaller town. It was a different time. But, Halloween is supposed to be about an adventure for the kids. So what a drag. Yeah, the pillowcase, man. I don't know how many pounds of candy was that we ate. And screw it. It's once a year. Let the kids eat. Don't have this fairy come swooping in to exchange all the candy overnight for, $5 or something. I think that's crazy. Yeah. Totally, Karen. I love it. Okay. So, one of the other things that I did my research on is why or how I could put a banner across the bottom with my email, like all the other more bigger professional, no tech problems resellers. And I learned that, the only way to do that with a permanently embedded one is if I'm using StreamYard. And with my tech issues, until I start, which I am going to start doing a lot more of soon, collaborations with other resellers on my channel. I'm not diving into a whole nother tech problem. I don't think it's a good idea. For any of you who saw my caboose on the peddler's train, I think you get it. I need a little more help. So let's don't add that confusion in. Hey, Karen. Wow. You know what? I would love that, Karen. I would absolutely love that. You and me are connected on IG. You also have my email. I also just put my email in the chat for anyone who doesn't know it. So send me times, dates. I mean, it doesn't have to be on a Wednesday. We could do it, on a Tuesday or a Thursday. So that way I have additional content on my channel. I will set up the dumb StreamYard. Maybe, Karen, you're going to have to help me with that one. That's what we'll do. We'll talk about that, Karen. Me and you will figure out StreamYard together. Okay? We can talk through like IG. You can phone each other. So shoot me something and let's set it up. Let's set it up for November. I know I'm doing a collab on the 16th. So it would be maybe after Thanksgiving. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So I just put my email in the chat. Additionally, if you lose my email chat or you don't hear me say it often enough and you purchase an item today, in my channel's description is my email. So you can always find it there. So who am I? I'm Lucinda. I love vintage. I always have. I grew up going to the thrift stores, and my husband had a business of vintage toys and lunch boxes in the 80s. Sorry about that. So this is my jam. This is my thing. And during COVID, I discovered all the resellers on YouTube and just immersed myself in it. And then I started selling on eBay. I first started selling on eBay only vintage jewelry in 2001. And then I went back to school for 10 years for a career, blah, blah, blah. And I still have an eBay store, but it doesn't work so well for me because every 2 weeks, sometimes for 3 weeks at a time, I transfer where I live because I take care of my father and help him run his house since my mom, his wife, passed away 16 months ago. So I'm always closing my eBay store. So this is my new outlet. I use Pirate Ship to give you the best possible shipping rates. I am in California. So shipping is not included. It's an additional cost. And I have a new plan. Let's see if it helps me and you. This is November 1st. I am currently at my homestead. In Mendocino County. I will be here this week and next week. I am going to do open boxes for 2 weeks or 3 weeks of whichever place I'm in. But if you win or purchase an item, I will invoice you the next day, not 5 days later, like I have been doing, but the next day. You will pay for that item or items, but you won't pay the shipping because that leaves an open box for you for the following week or two. So then the next week, if you purchase more, I will invoice you again. And when, generally it'll be 2 weeks unless there's an urgent or emergency situation, which does happen. I will then pack that box, weigh it, and give you the shipping rate. You will pay, excuse me, you will pay the final invoice and I will ship. That is going to save a lot because I'm here to tell you, it's another thing I've been thinking about. You know, I often want to buy just a very small, little, quirky, kitschy item. But I look at it and I'm like, by the time I pay that price and I have it shipped, I'm paying double. And the economy right now, so that's really hard. So I want to try to save us shipping. Now, if you don't like that idea and you want your stuff right away, when you send me an email at mscwalker, WALKER, at att.net, tell me, I don't want you to hold it. I want you to ship it right away. And do it like that. But I think an open box for 2 weeks at a time, be it here in Mendocino County or in the San Francisco area, is going to save people a lot of money. And it's going to save me time. But you will pay each week for your item. So I will invoice you within 24 hours, not 4 days. I expect payment within 24 hours. And then the second or third week, I'll send you the last invoice and the shipping and get it all mailed out before I transfer to my other house. Okay? What do y'all think about that? Yes? No? No opinion? Karen, I see that you can figure out StreamYard. Thank you. Having a sidekick is good. So, okay. If nobody has an opinion, if you win an item and you have not before been to other people's live sales, I will need your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address with a zip code, and your PayPal link. If you do not use PayPal regularly, you can always check out as a guest, but I still need a way to invoice you. So mscwalker at att.net, and you can find it in my channel's description. And yeah, happy Halloween. Happy Day of the Dead is coming up. I'm very much feeling that veil and thinking about my mom. So let's get going. I have not calculated and written down all my items. I'm just going to show them to you. And if they get claimed at that price, write the information in. Oh, Karen, your sound is cutting in and out. It might be me because I was told that sometimes my videos appear choppy. My internet is not as good living in the middle of nowhere. I have a satellite dish that finds the signal across the ridge that then bounces over here and goes through a router. My up and download speeds are slow. So thank you for the reminder. I need to move slower. That will help with the internet. Hey, Sunshine, your iPad is working. Well, that sucks. Yeah, if I move slower, it should help. Okay, so let me take another sip and we'll get going. The first two items I'm going to show to you all today is something that I think is really cool. I remember this style. Ooh, that light is really over there. There you go. I remember this style in the 70s, and I remember the movement of doing this. But for the life of me, I don't remember the name of the technique. It's a kind of paper mache, and it's like an oil slick that you put on water and then you swirl the paints around. And these two are done over glass. Let's see. Let me go close that window. These are done over glass. This is about 3 inches tall. It is blues, a kind of tangerine pink with white. This one has a gold lip. And as you can see, it's just very thin, much older glass. They are dirty inside, but because this is applied over top of glass, I believe it's so thin. I don't know what it is. I wasn't going to mess with cleaning them. Here's the bottom of this one. So it's like a marble defect. A marble defect. And honest to Pete, Jason with Mother Tucker said that the other night, and I thought it was hilarious. I haven't said anything like that in years. This is the first one. This is the second one. It's kind of like dipping. I knew a street artist who used to do this in these huge, like 40-foot long raised metal tubs, and there's water with oil, and then he'd put paint and swirl it and put the cloth down. But I don't remember the technique. Sorry, anyone who doesn't know. My phone has to stay on in case it's sent a call from my father. This one is about 4.5 inches tall. And these are both starting at 15. This one has that one little loss of the application right there. I think they're really cool. I don't know how they survived at all. They're very fragile and very beautiful. I particularly love this swirled marbling down here. And this one is much more heavy on the blue and the pink. And the other one is, there's the back. The other one is all over the place with more thinner, fine detailed. So these are 15 a piece. I don't know, iridescent. It's more like there's a word. Okay. Oh, cool, Kathy. Okay. I'm going to get up and close this one window because the sun, I have the south side facing and it's really bright. Not close the window, close the blind. So it's not so glaring. On the one hand, you want really good light, but on the other hand, you don't want it to blow out your items. Okay, so these were those two. 15 choice. Start. And that is what I paid for them. Old glass, Mod Podge. That is not the right word, but we'll do that. Okay. Oh, the spinning board's like tie-dye. That would be cool. Okay. So what should I do next? I'll just grab from one side and go. This is your check cut crystal red stars and moons bohemian glass. Is it a vase? Is it a container? I think that's entirely up to you. It never had a lid. It's absolutely gorgeous. 1960s, 1970s. I'm not really sure of the age of these. It is vintage. That I know. The maker, it's like Czechoslovakian. So I can't tell you. There's the inside. It does look like that L.E. Smith kind of sunflower shape on the bottom. Is it L.E. Smith? Or Fostoria? A lot of people did this. But this is Czechoslovakian. It is gorgeous. This piece here starts at 20. It is here's the bottom. No chips, no cracks. It's red glass. It's not flashed, Karen. No. And $20 is, these sell for 40, 60 or more. I'm bringing a really good price for this. You see the optics of that? It's beautiful. It's not flashed. It's red glass cut to clear. There you go, Karen. It is I love this. And I have friends who collect this. I had a family member say, "Can't you keep it? Can't I have it?" And I said, "No, I'll give you these others, but not this one." It's about 3.5 inches tall, almost 4 tall and 4 wide. Yes, it's a red layer of glass over clear glass. Well, okay. I don't know. I mean, that makes sense. Yes, because I can see here where the clear is, and then the red is here, and then it's cut out. Thank you, Kathy. There you go. Yeah. This will be gorgeous with, you just put this in the sun. Put this by a candle. Some candy in it. Doesn't matter. $20 is a screaming deal, but I'm trying to make a lot less on my items, but get them sold. So I'm going to say going once. So if anyone wants to get in on this, now would be the time. Or my friend Karen is going to take it. Going once. Going twice. Sold. That. One day I'm going to have a mod. Sold for 20. Karen. Right on, Karen. I think it's beautiful. Cut crystal. Bohemian. Karen, Jason B. 20. Good for you. Okay. So now we'll bring it down a notch. This is in box. Portrait Angel candle holder set. These are from, I'm going to go made in Taiwan. Yep. Late 70s. 70s to late 70s. Possibly early 80s. They're in their original box. The box is really nice in and of itself. If you wanted to take the plastic top off and use this part as an assemblage for Christmas, you could use it as a packing box. You could put something over this and over that. You could use the bottom. You could fill it up. Here's the, God, someone's really insistent and it's spam calls. There's 2 angels. I'll show them to you. This starts at 12. Christmas is coming, although I am not someone who's going to only exclusively sell any holiday items just because a holiday is coming up. I will include some at the appropriate time and all year long. But I like to just bring fun and cool items. Yeah. Hey, Karen. Yeah, totally. She scored, right? I it's good. I'm glad because she's going to love it. So these have little tiny stars all around their baby blue robes. Made in Taiwan. They are little choir kids almost. They are made of, feels like a porcelain. It's porcelain. There's nothing on the bottom. They are made to hold little tiny taper candles. It is solid on the bottom, so the wax doesn't drip everywhere. Knickknacks. I'll have to check that out. Knickknacks. And you have there, this is the boy. This is the little boy, and this is the little girl. No chips, no cracks. Porcelain, made in Taiwan, 70s. I think they're adorable. I could see them end to end on mantle. $12 start. And the box could be made into an assemblage or packing for a little present. Sunshine. Hi, Sunshine. So we're going to pass on those. Keep them in mind if you circle back later, or you can always find my email and my channel information. Send me an email and let me know that you're interested. Okay. Next up, $15 for the Ice Cube North Pole chunky glass paper with cutout frosted mother and baby penguin. $15. It's made to look like, you know, a chunk off of an ice ball, right? What am I trying to say? Not come on, y'all. Iceberg. Words. They're so hard. Words. I think it's really, it's when I had it in my window for a while, the light shines through. It's gorgeous. You see how it's like they're in a little cave at the North Pole. $15. It's just frosted little guys in there. So it's not like, you know, super, it's not Italian or any of that, but it's a beautiful little paperweight. There are no chips, no cracks. The edges are all cut at different angles and indentations on the side. And it's flat on the bottom. It does stand up. Like I said, I had it in my room last year. It is about 4 inches tall, about 2.5 on the bottom where it stands up, and about 4 at its widest part right here. It starts at 15. Next, I'm going to show you I was wondering what Jocelyn was going live for. Well, I don't know what that means, but I will check out this knickknacks. I mean, I'm just learning YouTube, and I've been on eBay for a long time. I can't imagine, you know, vamp, knickknacks, whatnot. You know, maybe my father passes and all of that grief and all of the estate and everything is settled, I can be part-time, but at this point, absolutely not. Okay. So this is pair. These are probably from the 50s. They are hand painted. I presume they're made in Japan, even though they do not say. Iron, salt, and pepper. They have I got this in a large lot of salt and pepper shakers that were donated to a hospice foundation here in this area where I am. They are early 50s. This person had an unbelievable amount. I mean, I'm talking several hundred salt and peppers. They are little irons. They are very appropriate for the winter, spring, and summer. This one is your salt. It's got 3 holes. It's very simple, but very cool. They're meant to stand like this. This one has the tiniest little thing right here. I did not clean the bottoms. Forgive me. They start at what I paid for them, $10. Here's the backs, and they stand up just like that. They are about 2.5 inches tall by 2.5 inches wide at their widest. That was the salt. Here is the pepper. They do have some crazing due to their age. It's not super noticeable. I mean, it's noticeable, but it's not, it doesn't detract. It gives it the patina of old salt shakers. So for anyone who collects these or was wanting to give these as a gift to someone, a relative, someone in a situation where they need a little bit of cheering up, someone who collects salt and peppers, these would be really cool. This is the pepper, and it has 2 holes. It looks like they actually started to make a 3rd hole on the pepper and changed their mind, so that gives it some extra clout as well. So these are $10, and it is cold painted on the top. The bottom needs just a light sponge. $10. That's what I paid. Okay, I've got a lot of items today. So next, I'm going to do this. I'm glad y'all are here. I really appreciate it. Thank you. This is a canister. This is a Borden's creamer canister. I am pretty sure this was given out or sold, whichever, for your creamer. Everyone remember that was the first powdered creamer that I remember that came out that everyone started using and buying in the supermarkets. Borden creamer. It is about 10 inches tall. The brown, you see up here on the top, the glass actually, it really shines through. It's still dark, but did I leave my flashlight over here? No. And I close the curtains. In the sun, it really shows through. Here's the bottom. That's just mold number. Does it have an actual maker's mark? No, it just says 6 with a circle. It looks like an I, 7B, and another 7. It was suction molded. Do you see down there? See if you can see that. There you go. Right here. This means that it was molded in pieces and suction. So the ponto was on the base. It's kind of like some early pressed glass. And they molded it, and then they kind of pulled it off when it was dry. It has these really cool fleur-de-lis. Like I said, it's about 10 inches tall. It has the fleur-de-lis on the top. That's a good idea of the brown color without the top. It is a plastic that also lets you know it's 70s. It is cracked right there. This starts at $14. I would store my coffee in here, quite frankly. I already have something that I store coffee in, but I think this would be really cool for your coffee bar. And I would put ground coffee to make with your hot electric kettle, your ground coffee, a filter holder, and a little setup with a creamer and sugar. and your mugs. And we all have all kinds of mugs. This would hold a pound of coffee, a pound of ground coffee easily. And the plastic still suctions really nice, even though it has that crack. So, what did I say? Did I say start at 15? I don't remember, but that's what I'm going with. 15. 15 for the creamer. Brown glass that has areas of see-through. I didn't keep my flashlight over here. I'm not going to go get it. There. You see when it's a little bit in the light, how the brown is lighter. Yep. There you go. Okay. Holiday coffee holder, rice holder, flour, sugar, candy, whatever you want. I'm going to reach over to the other side now and a sip of water. Okay. We all know what these are. This one is larger than this one. I don't know if you can really tell that so well. You can see by the top hat portion. You see how it's wider and it's just a little taller. So this light blue button and stars. Good Lord. I'm not sure that that's right. Lighter blue. It's kind of like a teal blue. It's not, let's see. Yep, that's better. It's kind of like a teal blue, whereas this is like a sapphire blue. I don't know. Can you see the difference? This one is about 2.5 inches tall. This one is about 3.5 inches tall at its tallest. These were match strikers and or toothpick holders made by Fenton. Yep. They would have had the stickers. So isn't it Fenton? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fenton. All of a sudden, I feel like I'm talking about the ice cream place. That's been there for over 100 years. There are no chips, no cracks. They're gorgeous. These start at 18. And if you wanted both, I would give it to 18 as 36. I can still do math. At least I think I can. I would give it to you both for 33. Both for 33. They would be lovely to have around for Christmas. If you're doing a silver and blue, silver and pink and blue, you can have these with little flowers. You can keep little toothpicks. You could keep little coffee stirrers in here. You could put matches to strike your candles, like for the angel candle taper holders. We all know what these are. Let me try to show you one more time. This color is just not showing up right. See if I put black behind it. There you go. It's a deep blue. This large one is a deep blue, 18 per choice or 33 for both. And this is a light blue. Okay. So that really helps this black back of my clipboard. That's good too. Okay. How's everyone doing? We've had the having fall weather up here where it's been getting down into the low to mid 30s and then during the day up to 70. And so you wake up in the morning and you have to build a wood stove fire, which is what I for heat. I just got a quart of seasoned madrone delivered on Sunday, which is fantastic. If I was up here all the time, I need almost cords to heat in the winter. So you make a fire, but by noon, the south facing windows, because I had all that solar heat, it gets up to 80 in here. So October, November is really crazy to try to keep this alert. Sorry. Clown alert. Salt and made in Japan, early 1950s, collated. This one has the remnants of Niagara Falls on it. This one does not. I've said this before. I'll say it again. Because it's cold paint, you could take a sponge and take this off. So there is no Niagara Falls statement on here. Do not denote which is salt or pepper. But as you can see, this one has less holes and they're on the side, and this one has more and they're on the top. So I would go with this is the salt, this is the pepper. Made in Japan. The one cork looks as though it's been replaced, but you know, I'm not a cork expert, so I don't know. $12. They are an inch and a half tall. Inch and a half tall. They make me smile. I have several little cold painted spotted things from Japan that I have on my vintage shelf just because they make me happy. So they're an inch and a half tall. $12. Buy it now. Little clowns. Yellow tops. Just happy. Hugging their knees. Little guys. Although, yeah. There you go. Clown alert. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. How about a piece of jewelry? I don't have my magnifying glass over here. But so this is coming out of my stash of vintage jewelry. And this is a Lisner piece. This is very collectible. This is one of my favorite pieces. I kept it. I wore it for a long time. It's just not something I'm going to wear very often anymore, if ever. It is lucite. It is light blue and dark blue, hard plastic, right after the celluloid, 1960s, 1950s into early 1960s. It is absolutely stunning. It is jointed. There is nothing wrong with this. As I've said before, plastic jewelry and plastics of all kind is my absolute favorite gem next to occupied Japan. I loved selling vintage jewelry. I just don't want to be that exclusive anymore. This has been on my arm and in a box for the past 20 some odd years. This is the back. Listener. It's a very collectible brand. Here is the Listener. There it is. That says Listener. I know you all can't read that very well. Sorry. There it is. Listener. The clasp is your snap. Goes like that. It works. It fits my wrist. I have small wrists. So if you have medium or large, it would not fit you. It's stunning. This $20. $20. And if you know anyone who loves their jewelry, who loves their plastic, who loves their old hard, oh, it's opalescent is what it is. This is the gift for them right here. $20. And I hesitated bringing this out. And if it doesn't sell today, I put it right back in my jewelry box. So $20 for the listener. Jointed, opalescent, light, and dark blue. See how it alternates? Light, dark, and it turns over. So you've got light, then dark, and at the bottom, dark, then light. I mean, listener is one of the top of the lines costume jewelry. And from the 1950s, 1960s, just I have a lot of this type of stuff because I love it. Okay, let's do one more piece of jewelry. Let's do this fabulous enameled perfect holiday flower brooch. It is mint green with that big stamen in the middle, enameled. It is, let's see, here's this brooch. It is that big. So it is about 2 by 2. The detail, the kind of like popping of the 3D piece, incredible. No damage. $15 start. Thank you, Karen. I love this. $50. It is from the 50s with the Y clasp. It is not yet quite a safety clasp. So it is from the 50s into very early 60s. It is raised. So it just really stands out. $15. Again, I always throw when I bring out my vintage jewelry because I mean, well, they should keep that. I'll wear that again. I love that. And then I'm thinking, what am I, like a quarter person? I've had it for 20 years. Someone else can enjoy it. It's time to let it go. Someone else will love it. So 15 start. If you change your mind, if you've got a friend, if you need something on your gift list, this would be awesome. And it's a really, I know some people out there can pick these up and sell them much cheaper. Some people do. But if you go to the people who are exclusively selling vintage jewelry and really know their stuff, this is right there, medium. I mean, I could actually see this easily being sold for 20 to 25 just because of the quality. The quality of this is unusual because of the vivid detail. I mean, it really looks like a little flower. Okay. So moving on to what, y'all? How about this? This red glass. I believe this is a Viking piece. I'm, not a glass expert, but I have learned a lot about it in the last 2.5, 3 years being in the community. And this is kind of a later Viking piece. It is just a 4-point basket folded over with a gap in between. It is, we're going to do this again. It is a bright Christmas red. That's not helping. That's a little better. It is bright Christmas red. Why won't it show that? There you go. That's the color. It's bright Christmas Santa Claus red. There's no damage, no chips, no cracks. Like I said, I believe it's Viking. And it's one of their simpler, later pieces. And 18. It is about Well, I'm going to measure this piece because it deserves it. It is 6 inches around, so 6 inches wide. And it is almost 4 inches tall with the handles by 5 inches in its opening. Nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful piece of blown glass. There is 2 little drops of hard water in there, but no damage. Why? Why hard water? We've talked about this before. Because if I try to wash anything, get the dust off here at my homestead, I have very hard minerals. And if I don't immediately dry something, then hard water dots stay on there. But it comes off with city water that's all, filtered, etc. With no problem. It's from me. It wasn't there when I bought it. So again, this is dark red Viking. See, I haven't written this down, and I'm not putting it in the chat. So I believe I said, what did I say? Who's listening? Boys and girls. Who's paying attention? Who's going to be honest? Hear the sound. Did I say 18 or 20? I think I said 20. But I might have said 18. So I'm going to start typing it in the chat because I'm not writing it down. Someone's going to email me and say, oh, I'm going to take that red piece for $12. And I'm going to be like, okay. So I'm going to put it in there because that's the one place. I just didn't want to spend time. 20. And then I'm going to say pass. I didn't want to take the time to make out a huge list. I have so many pages of items with prices, and then I change the price, and then I have to look through it. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to be a little more carefree. So that's what's happening today. Okay. Next up, for your consideration and vintage viewing pleasure, is this 1970s. So I'm going to put the price first. 1970s hand carved, ball hinged wooden box. I believe this was one of 2 things: note paper or cigarettes. It does not smell like tobacco, so that leads me back to note paper. Here's the details on this side. You see the ball joint right there? This is a really special piece. Here's the detailing on the front. And it's actually kind of wintry. Those are like, remind me of leaves and a little flower. Don't ask me why. Everyone sees something different, right? Hand carved. No damage. It could use a little bit of, I polish wood with olive oil. So it could use a little bit of olive oil. Here's the back. I do not know what type of wood this is. It's, so here, see there's a lighter wood, and then a darker wood was glued onto the bottom. That's what I see with, wood glue. And then this is darker where the hinges, it's very light wood. It's not birch I don't think it's walnut. I don't know my woods that well. Here is how it opens. It just swivels on these wooden ball hinges. There it is. It is how long? Yeah. Almost 5. So 4 3/4 wide. Excuse me, long by 4 across and 3.5 on the inside by about 1.5 inches this way. I think it's gorgeous. 18. Yeah, Kathy, 100%. Kathy, what'd you do for Halloween? So I'm going to say pass on for now. Up close and personal. Nothing. There you go. Nothing. How about this? I have a couple big heavy pieces and I have some linens, jewelry. How about this big old thing? I put it down here because I didn't want to drop it on anything. And now this guy is going to start at 19. This is the Ellie Smith turkey candy dish, y'all. He weighs, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. So the shipping in 2 weeks, holding an open box, but invoicing you tomorrow and being paid right away for the items, and then doing a completion invoice with total items in there with shipping included and your last items the following week is a great idea. It'll save you a lot of money. This guy is great. He has, let me take his lid off. He has his original Ellie Smith sticker right there. No damage. I don't think he was ever used. He's molded in such a way that it really catches the light and creates like this kind of opalescent effect, even though it's not. That it's just clear glass, but the way it's cut and the way the feathers are detailed in the light, it really shines beautifully. So this is the bottom of Mr. Turkey. This is hollow. And there's his tail feathers, and he has, this is his lid. He has a big old gobble. So, they only have this really big engorged gobble thing when they're in mating season. So they took some liberty here with Mr. Turkey. He's really gorgeous in the light. No chips, no cracks. If there's ever anything wrong with an item, I will tell you. I always do. Otherwise, you can just assume that it has no flaws. Here's the opening. And he would hold, this guy is, this guy is big. This guy is probably almost 10 inches at his tallest. And he is, good Lord, probably almost 8 inches across. And he's waiting for you who collect Ellie Smith glass or who want an item like this. This is hollow right here and then goes up. The tail fans out and over. He's waiting for somebody's holiday table candy for the kids. And because he's really heavy and solid, other than slamming the lid down, he'd be pretty hard to break. Just put him somewhere where there's a rug. Don't let the little kids get into him. Okay, we're going to move on from him. And we're going to bring ew. Yeah, snow. No. Snow, frost. No. Rain. Nah. Freezing. Mm-mm. Snow. No. So I'm going to show a few linens now. Okay, I've shown this before. I'm showing it again because 'tis the winter season. This is a really high quality tablecloth made in France. It's got your woodsy scenes with your deer and your quail, your covered Christmas trees, your stags, your ferns in the forest. It is a brown mauve color. It is 63 by 137 inches. So it is pretty huge. It is made by Stoff, S-T-O-F. In France, it is 100% cotton. Never been used. Here's the back. It weighs about 1.5 pounds with all this stuff. It is huge. 100% cotton. These sold originally in places like Crate and Barrel for almost $100. I am offering this to you today for 20 bucks. 20 bucks. I'm going to type that in the chat. There's not a whole lot to see except that, again, it is 63 inches by 137 inches. Woodland. Here is a shot of that. $20. I'm going to type that in the chat and move on to my next item. If anyone's interested, just let me know. I need to pull this over this way. So this starts at 23. Really, you know, with not enough competition, my starts is pretty much my BIN, buy it now, because I don't have enough people for a bidding war. I haven't had one yet. No, I think I had one. So 23. This is all hand tatted, starched, no condition issues. I would say it was probably done in the 40s. Very long, with like what I think are starfish and sand dollars. That's what I call it, starfish and sand dollars. Table runner. It is starched and stiff and beautiful. It is all handmade. I don't know. Someone took really good care of this. There are no stains. It is starched. It is pressed. It was just inside this drawer. I mean, look at this. Look at that. It is, I'm going to double it over and give you a measurement. So if I double it, it is 2 feet. So it is 4 feet long, 4 feet long by a foot wide. 4 feet long by a foot wide. It is, I mean, this isn't done anymore. And it tatted. Tatted is the word. All of this is hand done. So the little starfish and the middle part, someone sat and hand stitched, and all the cross stitching in there and the scalloped edges. Someone spent hours and hours and hours and hours making this cream colored 4 foot long by 1 foot wide runner. I think it would be, I don't have the right type of house. I could put this across my table, but I have other runners already on it. This is, this probably took 40 hours to make. So $23. $23. I'm going to pick to this, and I'm going to put the start of 17. So this is indeed made in China, but it's not a bad piece of made in China. It is not flashed. It is red on the inside, clear on the outside. I had this in my window for a while. Elephant foot vase. Elephant foot vase. So it is red glass with a very small amount of clear outside. So you can see kind of the differentiation just a little bit on the pulled part here. It is very tall. It is not flashed. And then it has what's called an elephant foot. I think you can figure out why. And it is 1, 2, 3, 6 petals, if you want to call it that, but it's called an elephant foot. It's very stunning in the sunlight. Starts at 17. Oh, Angela. Hi, Angela. How's it going? I completely missed you. Here's the bottom. You can see how the clear glass was put in with the red glass. Made in China. It's really a high quality with no damage. And in the sun, like I said, it's just stunning. It's a single bud vase. Be lovely at Christmas. And it is, hi, Angela, and I do see your bid, honey. I'll get right back to you in a minute. It is a foot tall, and the elephant foot at the bottom, 3.5 inches around the elephant foot. The very top opening is about an inch. I mean, it just, you can find these on eBay. My price is a little lower than what they're selling there because I'm trying to just make a few dollars and give y'all a better price. No damage. It's gorgeous. It's really fun. I had it in my window for a long time. Be a lovely addition to your holiday table. And obviously, it's bigger than my head. If I had a head that was 12 inches tall, y'all should be scared. I would be. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to say, Angela, were you bidding on the table runner? Give me a yes or a no. I hope that you are because it's gorgeous. Oh my God. What is it? 200. See, that's what comes from being my own moderator. That was a $20 start on the tablecloth, not 220, y'all. I'm going to fix that. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do a going once, If anyone else is interested or we're thinking about it, you better get your bid in now. I do not do just in cases. Going twice. Sold to Angela. Thank you, Angela. Let me make a note of that. So the tablecloth was $20. My goodness. $220. That's that would have to be some really special tablecloth, man. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Angela. Angela, did you have Halloween? Do you have kids? Do you still dress up? Do you get trick-or-treaters? I sat down and drank sparkling water and watched some crafters on YouTube. Okay, so in the interest of keeping it moving, let me correct that. The tablecloth France 100% cotton, $20. Yeah, exactly, Angela. Exactly. Okay, so now this is going to start at 16. It is a Jim Shore. It is a Jim Shore cat. Got all its whiskers. This one is named Tilly. It's named Tilly. It's got a birdhouse. It's got this telltale. There he has a fat cat, a real fat cat. That's all in that design. The red, oh good Lord, it's an East Coast bird, y'all. East Coast bird. What is this red bird? I'm a birder and it completely went out of my head. Anyway, it's got this red bird on the pole in back. There is no damage. Sits on this raised pedestal. This is how it was manufactured right here. It is not a crack nor any gloss. Similar to right here. You see how they just didn't quite get the coloring or the paint on right there. I mean, this is a resin. So this is just manufacturers. Yes, it's a cardinal. Thank you, Angela. It's a cardinal. Here is the Jim Shore Tilly 2007. These are very collectible. And if you love cats, this is a good one. It's got the poking out little whiskers. Jim Shore, Tilly the cat. It's about 9 inches tall. No damage. Great Christmas gift. Especially for anyone back east who has cardinals and birdhouses. Birdhouses are more popular back east than they are in the west. I don't get it. I'm a birder. I've always had birdhouses. I can't have them up here because I've got bears. Because I've got bears, and bears love birdseed. So no birdhouses. I just watch them fly through the trees. Okay. Gonna do a simple item. And this, which I'll tell you about in a minute, it's really actually something very groovy, is starting, because it's something really groovy, at 20. It is made by Randall. Randall was a glass company, I believe in California, in the 50s. It is melt glass. It is very thick, very heavy melt glass. It is a squatty vase. It was not meant to be a container, with cut rectangles. It is, I was astonished when I found this piece. Mine is very MCM, very MCM. That's what I want to say. So it's, you know, that late 80s MCM mod style. Like I said, I'll tell you if there's damage. There is not damage. This, someone, I believe, the tiniest bit of dirt down there. You see how the light comes through just a little, but it's not, you know, turn of the century. Was used as a planter. So you could use it as a very short vase or as a planter. Here is the name Randall. You can do your research. This is just the edging that is not damaged. It is, there you go. It is made that way. See? Additionally, there is this, where is it? Camera. Can I show y'all? Yes or no? Kind of see it there a little bit. It's just like a line right here. And that is not a chip. It is not a crack. It does not go through. I believe it was manufacturers. Also, when you use glass or ceramics for a planter and you water them for a long time, it just kind of comes through, but it's not damaged. Hi, Karen. I'm on the TV. I'm a big movie star. I'm joking. I put people on my TV all the time. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. I really appreciate it. So this is Randall. This is a glass company from California. This is an MCM piece, melt glass. It's very thick. It probably weighs about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Remember, I'm doing open boxes where I will invoice you tomorrow for what you purchased today. And then next week, I will invoice you for any additional items packed with the full weight for shipping and ship them out before I transfer myself back down or back up, either down to caregive for my dad or back up to my homestead, whichever it is. Will save you on shipping, save me on time, but you will pay for your items each week and then shipping. And it usually I'm 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. Sometimes though, 3 weeks there. So, and if you need it right away, you can always tell me that in the email. My email information is in my channel information. Okay, so this is Randall. Milk white, $20 for 3 Karens. And it is 4.5 inches tall by about 4 inches around. So it's a squatty chunk thing. I doubt you'll ever see a Randall milk white piece in this MCM style. Again, it mixes and matches with any type of glass that you want. Boom. There we go. Okay, moving on. I am going to show you this. This is starting at 20. This is turn of the century. Sorry, every time I get up, I have to move the chair back towards the table. Still don't have a cart. This is from the turn of the century. It is all cold painted. It is, God, what is the name of this very paper that rice china, rice bone, rice, Kathy Wiseman, you know, rice. See how you can see the light coming right through? It's that thin. Rice, porcelain, rice, I don't know. Anyway, I really can't remember. Let me get this correct to you all. Hand painted in Japan. It's not rice paper, but it's rice something. It is oranges, golds, blues, and a little bit of green. This is the saucer. It is bone thin with these geishas and the mountain and the florals and the reeds by a river. Typical. So those were a river, 3 people, a mountain, and way back in the distance, their house. Rice eggshell. There you go, Kathy. That's pretty much it. This is the teacup. Here is the bottom. There is no damage. There is no missing paint. Here is the saucer. You can see how the gold is used to highlight. The florals are absolutely stunning. This piece is just, it's incredible. I would say this is the late 1800s. I mean, it's not even signed Japan. It doesn't have an artist. It's just, I mean, that's how old it is. And for all I know, because it's not signed, there's no stamp, no artist mark, nothing. This could be way beyond that in terms of an antique piece that you didn't look it up. I didn't look it up, and maybe I should have, because often pieces like this are actually much earlier and worth a lot more. But, you know, I didn't look it up, and it's beautiful. And I thought that, and still do, that $20 is a completely reasonable price for this piece. There is no damage. And this is 2 geishas and their master. It is cold paint. Don't wash it. Hi, Alexander. Welcome. I haven't met you before. Thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate it. So, $20. It is about 3.5 inches across by 2.5 inches deep little teacup. Cold paint. I only have one. Like I said, it's probably older than the 1890s because there is no maker's mark. And it is rice china. 100% see-through in the light. So, if you know anyone who collects that, it would not be for drinking out of. I don't know. Did people actually drink out of this? I guess they did. How would you do that and not have it fade off with the hot liquid? I don't know. I do not know. So as long as I'm reaching back here, these are $6 choice. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. Or $23 for the set. $6 choice or $23 for the set. They are these red cut. I'm going to have to do the black thing again. There's them. Juice glasses. This is not flashed. It is a deep red. These are from the 1950s, 1960s. They are a deep Christmas red cut with that cubist in the light. All the cuts sparkle. They are just a basic juice glass. I would use them for something special during the holidays, a special little drink. There you go. You see how it glows when you catch it in the light on the bottom of that cube right there? Yep. Absolutely gorgeous. No maker's mark, although I believe They were early Anchor Hawking or Libby. See how it catches the light? There you go. Boom. You got it. I have 4 of them. $6 each or $23 for the set. They are all the exact same. They are about 3.5 inches tall by 2 inches, 2.5 inches at the top. There's the inside. I think they're beautiful. I think they'd be lovely for your holidays. Okay. And like I said, there's 4. Let's do another piece of jewelry. And this one, oops, because I have my caps locks on. This one, 15. I love this one. It is your melt glass and daisies. Melt glass and daisies. No damage. Those are cubed cut melt glass with kind of like an enameled. Oh, there's a piece of my sweater that got caught. Kind of get rid of that. Sorry. And in, if you will, an enameled sunflower gold tone. It is not a brand name. It is probably from the early 70s. Oops, I have it the wrong way. It is just a, I forgot what this mechanism is called, where it just slides in and out and locks. I forgot what that's called. And then you push down to separate it. Here's the back. This would be beautiful for a teenager. Very groovy. No damage. Fits my wrist, so it's a small. It's a small. $15. Look at my wrinkles. Getting old. Need more lotion. It's dry here. But the lotion won't get rid of wrinkles. So I just accept that I'm beautiful and mature. Okay. We're going to do another piece of jewelry. This one, $18. There is a maker. It is Monet. So it is Monet. $18 is an outstanding price for this. It is gold tone. It sparkles like nobody's business. It is not showing. There you go. It is Monet. It is a leaf. It has depth. It has the stem. Again, Monet is a very collectible costume jewelry designer. Based on the fact that it has a safety clip clasp, I would say this is probably 80s, maybe 70s, late 70s. It looks like it's real gold, but then it sparkles. So it is not real gold. Here is the back. Monet is right here. It is a big one. Snap lock on the bracelet. Yes, that sounds right, Kathy. This is like 4.5 inches long. It curves. It is raised. You see how it is raised? I could do it better justice. That's kind of good, but you're not getting the full sparkle. There you go. There's the sparkle. See that sparkle? So this piece is going to bling. It's going to sparkle. A lot of movement. It screams holidays. It is so incredibly fancy. If Soulmate and Katie Vintage and Vinyl had this piece, I guarantee you it would be starting at around 30 because it's spectacular. 18. Okay, I am going to do one more piece of jewelry and then I'm going to forward and do a few different items. This is 13. 13. This is your late 50s, early 60s celluloid. Could be Bakelite, but I believe, no, it's got a mold seam. It's celluloid, black and white, would have been great for Halloween. Bangle. It's hefty, it's heavy, it's older, it has no damage. The black is raised up from the white. It does not have a maker. See, there's the mold seam. So it is celluloid, hard, old, thick celluloid. It is stunning. It fits my hand. It is small. 13. Okay. Gonna move from that and do the owls. There you go. Owls. $30 for the set with the holder. I gotta pick it up. Okay. Winter holiday mugs with your Borden creamer that I showed you before. I'll bring that over in a second. It'd be perfect. Owls. Orange, blue, red, and green. All with a type of a yellowy orange eyes. This is retired Pier 1. These were made around 2011. It comes with this metal holder. The colors, see how the handles are different colors than the actual cups. There is no damage. I'll show you the bottom in a second. This is fantastic. If you like owls, if you like kitsch, if you want something to brighten up your dark winter days with your cocoa, your tea, your coffee, for the holidays, for the kids, this is it. This is something you want. So let me show you these. So this is the orange cup, right? It has a green handle and blue inside. They have a black rim. So they incorporate all the colors, but all differently. Here is the Pier 1. Pier 1 is gone. This is the orange one. I'll do this as quick as I can. So I want to move through these items. Here's the blue with an orange handle. I think they're happy. Happy. Red inside with a green rim. These are about, well, here. Don't guess. Let's just tell you. They're 3 inches tall by 4 inches wide and almost 4 inches across. So, they'll hold your 8 ounces. That's the blue. I showed you the orange. The royal we. Here's the orange cup with the blue handle and the inside. They're all Pier 1. Again, if it had damage, I would tell you. And last, but certainly not least, I love these things. I just don't. I already have hugs, and I don't have big family gatherings. Here is the green with the red handle and the orange inside and the blue around the edge. $30 for the set, including the holder. Think about it. Perfect for your holidays, y'all. Think about it. Get back to me. I may, if these don't sell, I may wind up offering them to my daughter and her husband because I don't want to keep lots and lots of stock all over in 2 different houses anymore. And so if they don't sell, I may just offer them to her. She loves stuff like that. Okay, let's see. As long as I'm doing heavy items before I finish off with a few more smaller pieces. Well, let's do one linen piece first. Okay, so this is a incredible scarf. It does not have a maker, like, you know, it's not like Da Vinci or Adalvo or whatever, right? But it's made in that style, and it's fabulous. $15, and it is huge. $15. It is, can you see that? It is hand rolled and sewn. It's from the late 60s, early 70s. See that edging? It's got the chains. It's got the stripes alternating in creams, blues, whites, more see-through, with the fleur-de-lis, the coins, the fish, and the women, and the animals. And then you see that it goes into dark blue with see-through stripes. It is gold and brass tones, the blues and the whites, the blue in the middle. It is huge. Here's the bottom. Is huge. I will measure it for you in a second. It is 100% polyester. So, but it's still hand rolled. I mean, this was something that like Capwell's or Macy's or whatever type of department stores you have back east. This was probably like, you know, I don't know how much these were at department stores because I always bought them at thrift stores. It was probably, you know, like your $40 scarf that you bought, you know, in the holidays in the ladies' dress section or whatever. I mean, it's a whole thing. So if I was to put this around me and tuck it into my jacket with my gold pins, here I am. My winter is done, right? For all of you who live in colder climates. It's very, very pretty. See that? Boom. And it's huge. So it's, you know, the other way that people wear this would have been over their head. I'm not doing that. That was never, you know, I mean, you could put it in the squares where you, after you get your hair done and you tie it in back. I mean, it's big enough to do that. Let me double it over and give you a quick measurement. Oh, good Lord. It's big. And it's slippery. So 18, it's about 36, 3 feet by 3 feet. Yep. 3 feet by 3 feet. These are becoming harder to find as people are snatching them up because this 70s style of, you know, showing your wealth through your clothing and then we moved into the transition to like the hip hop era, is really popular with people who collect scarves. And believe me, there's people out there who collect scarves. I used to collect scarves. I'm wearing one right now that I thrifted a long time ago. Okay. So now I'll do this. This is $12. It's a hobbyist piece. Pink mistletoe berry divided platter. 1980s, maybe 1970s. I don't really know enough about these to figure that out. It's I think a lot of these were Holland molds. I don't know. Some people had a bunch of them and painted them and then sold them at fairs. And the way that the ribbing on these leaves comes up, you could put individual portions in there. It's quite large. It's about 12 inches long. It's really beautiful. Hobbyist piece or not, doesn't matter. It's gorgeous. I love it. It was made or painted by, let's go this way, Karma. So that screams 70s to me. Karma. That could be the maker. But, you know, when I initially researched this a while back, I didn't come up with a maker named Karma. So I'm not buying that. It is, for some reason, hollow just right here. In this, I don't know why. I have no idea why. There is one little chip right there and one right there. But you cannot see it in any way, shape, or form sitting like this or like this. And it is $12, which is really inexpensive for, again, you know, this is your holiday coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas could go on your mantle. Sits right here on your mantle. Put a wreath around it. Put candles on either side. Put your little candies. Put your healthy vegetables in it instead. $12. Weighs about a pound. Okay. I'm gonna do one more heavy piece, and then one or two small pieces, few pieces of jewelry, and call it a day. Who's still with me? Is everyone okay? Drinking enough water? Eating your food? Not snacking on all that candy? Okay. This $29 starts at $29. These are a thing. They're a whole thing out there. And I couldn't believe it when I found it. And it is yet another holidays. It is made by Oda Gary in 1979. It still has the original, very faded sticker. There's a whole series of these. It is a Victorian cookie jar. This is just the bottom. I don't have the top on. I'm going to put it on in a second, but I wanted to show you this. These are so collectible. They are a thing during the holidays and year round. People buy all of them. and set them up. They are cookie jars. They look like the Victorian houses on the East Coast and in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here is the top. It completes it. Boom. It is probably about 14 inches tall by 6 inches wide. These go for much more online on eBay. $29. Think about it and let me know. It's too heavy for me to keep holding up. And that was my father who just called. And so I need to show you a couple more items and close. So I'm just going to show you one necklace and one brooch, and then I'm going to close. So this necklace, $9. I showed it before. I asked more. I'm showing it again. Translucent pink plastic beads. It is a dark fuchsia. Dark fuchsia. The color on my wrist is the color. There you go. Dark fuchsia, opalescent. Excuse me. Oh, I have some allergies. No matter where I am in winter. It's terrible. Sorry. Okay. 3 strands. It is definitely more of a choker. It has this clasp here. These are from the 1960s, 1950s. Typically made in Japan. Does not have a maker. There is a again right on the side here. It's a tiny little snap lock. Boom. That's it. Choker. Beautiful. There you go. You can see the colors on me. $9. If you change your mind, let me know. I'm going to show you one more item, and then I'm going to call my dad back and see what it is he was wanting. This is $15. It will be my last item of the day. And before I show it, for anyone coming in now or who watches this after I've been live, my email is in my channel information. It's at the top of the chat, and I'll tell you it now. mscwalker@att.net. If you purchase an item, I do not have your information because you're a new buyer to me. I need you to email me within 24 hours with your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address, including zip code, and your PayPal link so I can invoice you. I have shifted gears to having an open box. I will hold for the 2 to 3 weeks that I am in one place or the other, but I will invoice you the next day after the sale for all your purchases and expect to be paid within 24 hours, and then be transfer up or down the California coast here to either my homestead or taking care of my. I will send you your final invoice with any final purchase information and the total for shipping. I need that to be paid within 24 hours, and then I will take them to the post office and ship them out. If you want an item sooner than time, tell me that in your email. Otherwise, I will assume that an open box with a lower shipping price is what you want. Okay? All right. So this does not have a maker, although I think it should. Reminds me of Juliana. although not quite at that level. It is 1960s, early 70s. The reason I say that is as a safety clasp. These sparkle insanely beautifully. And the metal gold tone also sparkles. It is a bow. Teal green and sapphire blue rhinestones with that sparkling gold color. No damage. Very three-dimensional. Here is the back. Safety clasp. $15. It's about 2 inches tall, half an inch to about 2 inches. There you go. Catches the sunlight crazy. It's very well made. It's not cheap costume jewelry at all. I don't do cheap costume jewelry. Even my plastics are quality. So I did show a couple other items in my preview that was only on Instagram because I told you all I'm technically challenged. My real technology in me is like, my phone, even though I have iCloud storage that is a huge amount of storage, my phone doesn't have any storage left. So I was able to somehow magically get a preview over to Instagram. It only took, 10 hours, but I could not get it onto YouTube. So for any of you who saw that preview on Instagram, if you want to see an item that is not shown, because there are a few here that I did not show, please let me know now. And I will be uploading all my pictures to my computer so that I do not have this problem again. And there will be a preview. I don't actually watch previews because I like to be surprised. Sorry, that's my father. But, some people want to know what they're getting into, and then they have a particular item in mind that they want to see. So, that could be a thing. So anyway, please give me a thumbs up. I hope that you appreciated the items that I was able to show today, that you enjoyed our time together, that you had a few laughs, and who knows what else. Anyway, I'm waiting just for us to see if there's something people scrolled back through from the beginning and they want to purchase something, or you can send me an email later. It's in my channel description. Or if there's something that I didn't show that you really want me to show before I close today. Or you could just say, hey, see you later. See you tonight in the chat. Let me know. Oh, did I tell you all that I think I have a tiny baby bat in here? I'm hoping it was a huge moth, but it was way up on the ceiling, and all I could see was it was holding on, and it was dark and 2 wings. And I have bats here, and they get in this house, and oh my God, pray for me that it's not a bat, and if it's a baby, that it's gonna move out. Okay, that and the bear scat that's regularly around my house every night now, and the mountain scat that my dog rolled in instead of the bear scat 2 days ago. That's right down from the house. It's a freaking party up here. Yes. But we all make choices what kind of craziness and danger we want to live with, right? I'd rather live with the danger of the animals than the danger of the people. So, yeah. Okay. Well, thank you everyone who came. Have a fabulous day. And I'll see you later in other chats. I got to go. My dad is trying to get a hold of me, and I'm worried about him. Okay. Bye, friends. Thanks.